As we walk through, don't pay any attention to these two boards that look like they were cut completely wrong, and now we're trying to find a place to use them. Welcome back. We are on a bit of a hiatus from wrenching, just a little bit. It's October, and one of my goals for this summer, and I told y'all about this in previous videos, that I needed my shop to be insulated and heated by wintertime. And we are smack dab in the middle of October, and it ain't done yet. So we're taking just a little bit of a break from hardcore fixing stuff for folks. Luckily, I have great customers and everybody's on board. So we have started. We went to the greatest place on earth and spent more money than I ever thought I would at the greatest place on earth. But we got a car trailer full of assorted lumbers. We've got vapor barrier. We've got the attic vent chutes. We picked up some lights. So here is the plan. And I wanted to get one little section done, so, you know, it made sense, at least to me, before I tried to make it make sense to you. Here's what we're doing. We checked out the spray foams, and oh my Lord, it's not affordable for this guy. So we are going with, we're going to put a metal ceiling in, and we're going to put blown in cellulose insulation on top of that. And then for the walls, we're going to put 4-foot wide bats of pole barn insulation, R19 on the walls, and as many R's as we can fit in the attic space. So what we're doing now is it's a weekend, so I have to wait till Monday to order my metal. I'm getting it directly from a supplier rather than go through the greatest place on earth or anywhere else. But we did go to the Maynards and got the lumber, because our posts are 8 feet on center and our trusses are 8 feet on center. On the ends, you get till about 9 here, and you get that one's 9, that one's 9, the 3 middle ones are 8. So a little bit of adjustables there. But what we're going to do is we're going to shrink that down to 4 and 4 or thereabouts. We can put a bat of insulation, and you get the picture. So we've got this section done. What we're doing is we're adding a sill plate or a treated board at the bottom. And then we're coming up in the middle of this. It's not exactly 4 feet because, you know, lumbers and these are posts and stuff. But we're coming up exactly in the middle of that. And then we have a header at the top, all screwed in. And it is stuck out 1.5 inches on each end, because that's where the J channel for the ceiling is going to get attached. And then at the top on that header, we're going to wrap our insulation around that and bring it down here, and then it'll fold over on our new 4-foot stud and then onto our post. So that's the plan. And then we've got our attic vent chutes, or whatever you want to call them, up there, because when we blow insulation into that cavity, we don't want it to go out to our vented soffits. So that's section number 1 is done. And then on the corners, because we're 5.5, we had to add a 1 by here to make them close to square actual posts on the corners, so when we go east and west it works. So this one's done. I'll just put you on some time lapse. The problem is, here's the wall I got to do, and yeah, so we got to move stuff, do what we're doing, move stuff back, and then move stuff for the next section. You get the idea. It's not fun, but we'll get her done. Okay, I changed my mind. I did not time lapse. It's boring. It's got to be boring. Plus, I mean, look, you can't see nothing. I got all this junk all over the place. But I've been at it all day, and I know it doesn't look like much, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 sections ready for installation. We got that much accomplished. I'm gonna go inside and nurse my aches and pains with some Dad Pops and a Jimmy John's sandwich for supper. And yeah, hit it hard again tomorrow. So next update, hopefully we're going this way, opposite, well no, with the clock. We're going clockwise. So hopefully tomorrow's update, we'll get started in the morning over here. And I'd like to be somewhere in this area by, 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So we'll see. Well, next night alert. Yeah, I didn't update you this morning, but we are here this evening. And here's what we got done. We've got the west wall. We had 4, I think it was. Now we've got 7 done. Sections, that is. We might have had 5 done. I don't know. But anyway, it took a little bit. We had to clear out. This is where we keep all of our extra wood and lumber and steel. And then there's 1, 2, 3 engines back here. So it took a bit to move stuff around, is I guess what I'm saying. But we got to figure out, we've got about a 5-degree slope from there to the center. And I had to make a bundle up there to nail into. So we figured out what our height is there. We've got to, these are called jack braces, these T-braces at the end of these buildings. We've got to lift those up so they'll be above the ceiling, and that's no big deal. But now tomorrow morning we'll come in, and I don't think I can chalk that. We'll probably just run a string on that, and we'll bring about a 12-foot board over to that first post, and then we'll have about an 8-foot board down to the corner post, and we'll get that done, and then we can throw our center stud there, and we'll be half done with that back wall in pretty short order. All of our attic vent thingies are in. We went and got more of those today, so we have enough to do the side that's behind you, or me, I guess, and that kind of stuff. So we'll get out here pretty early in the morning tomorrow and see what we can get done, because after tomorrow I'm gonna go play farmer for the next 2 days, and then we have state cross country on Friday. I'll check in tomorrow night and see what we get done. Day 3. Well, to be honest, we're about half an hour into day 4. This clock's a little slow, and it says midnight 15 on it. Yeah, we're making a dent in the wood trailer, and there's a little bit of scrap. As we walk through, don't pay any attention to these 2 boards that look like they were cut completely wrong, and now we're trying to find a place to use them. But we're out here late because I had a goal, and I wanted to make the goal. So here's my west wall. This is where we started. All the way through here is done, completely ready for the insulation to make it warmer stuff. And we got back to this corner, and we had to move everything from that side of the shop. No, we had to move everything from this side of the shop to that side of the shop. And we did yesterday this part. So you see this board right here is not part of the end truss. So you have to build that. And again, runners every 4 feet with a center post as well. And then I got to go around. Hang on. And then today I wanted to get the north. This is the north. I wanted to get the north wall done and get around this corner over here. These shelves, if you look back in the other videos, were in this corner over here. We had to take everything off the shelves, move everything. And you wonder, This is why I like to have my stuff on wheels, because most of this stuff wasn't too bad, but when you get to the crap that you've collected on the shelves, it gets a little ridiculous. Anyway, though, we made our goal for day 3. I'm counting it. I don't care what you guys and gals say, but we're here. We got all the way to this corner. This corner's all done. Here's that header board, and then it goes into the first section on the east wall. The only thing we don't have is our little attic flapper vent things up there. Everything else is done. Footer boards are in, header boards are in. Life is good. So that's day 3. I'm gonna go catch a few hours sleep. Oh, by the way, this is how you can tell it's been too long since you've been fishing. Yeah, we knocked a couple down, but one of these days I'll go fishing again. Hey, I'll see you later on day 4. Think about subscribing if you're not already. There's like 95% of you that watch our stuff that don't subscribe. So how are you supposed to know when new stuff comes out? Click the bell, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It'll help us out, and we'll just do that much more content for you. See you tomorrow, or later today. Day 4 of the shop insulation upgrades. And yeah, I missed it again. We're actually into day 5, but you won't get a day 5 update because I'm gonna go play farmer, and then I'm gonna go to state cross country, maybe a little something that afternoon, probably not. So it'll be this weekend before I can jump back on this, but pretty pleased with today's progress. So here's where we started. That's our first corner. We're all the way around. That's the west side. The north side is all done, including building out the same pitch for the ceiling trusses. They're not flat. And then today we had, what did we have? 1 or 2 of those done. And then today we got all the way up. And this was the pain, you guys and gals. This was where all of our shelves, our oils, our chemicals, our cleaners, our tools, all of our crap was stored here. So it took longer to clear each section than it actually did to do the work, the framing work. But again, sill plate, header plate, we're 4 feet on center now, and then we put the attic vent thingies up too, and we're down to our last section in that corner. So pretty pleased. Maybe a day and a half more in here. We've got this south side, the front side, and it'll be a little more complicated because of the doors and the windows. Ordered our tin for the ceiling today. It should be about a week. Should also be about a week when wall insulation gets here. We have to do wall insulation first because we have to wrap that around our headers on our walls. So we'll get all the rest of the framing done. And then what we're going to do, we're going to jump on electrical. We're going to add some lights. We're going to make all of our boxes so they're on the inside, accessible side of the ceiling. And then I think we're going to go ahead and lose all the high intensity fluorescent bulbs and spend a little bit more at the freight harbor and change all the lights to LED. I really like these 10,000K Harbor Freight lights. There's the difference right there. Here's Harbor Freight, $54, and when you get it on the Track Insider Club, less than $50. And here's the, almost $200 a piece for the high intensity fluorescent. So I think we're just gonna bite the bullet. If we're gonna do this, let's just do it. And really, it's gonna be like the sun. I want it as bright as the sun in here, almost. I mean, yeah. All right, I gotta go to bed. I got to farm tomorrow. We'll see you in a couple days for another update. into, well, day 7. It's after midnight again. I gotta get to bed, but we are so close, gals and gentlemen. We've got everything. This is the west wall, the north wall, the east wall, all the way done, and half of the south wall. Well, I weren't half. We've got 90% of the south wall done. We're hung up on, well, me needing sleep, but we've got the center square to put in. It does flatten out in the middle of these trusses because there's a 2x6 that comes down the center. We've got that to put in there. We've got 2 footer boards between the walk-in door and the overhead door. Right in those 2 spaces it's got to go in. And we still got a screw from our guide string up there we got to take out. Oh, and then we've got 2 support studs. We'll go 4 feet and 4 feet, and there'll be a narrow strip there. So we've got 2 up there, 2 footer boards, the centerpiece, a little bit of cleanup. And the framework, ladies and guys, is done. I just saw something else. We're also going to have to, but this is no big deal, we got to get one in here underneath the window. We did it over there. You can kind of see it right there, but we got to get one here. So I'm going to help harvest for a few days. We've got the end of this week. We're talking end of October here. Insulation should be in at the greatest place on earth. All the J channel for the ceiling should be in at the greatest place on earth. And then the steel is ready to be picked up down in Hint, Missouri. And I'm probably going to put that off till a week from tomorrow, which is Monday. And then we're going to have everything minus blow-in insulation, and that's at the greatest place on earth, and we'll rent a machine. I got a question for y'all. I'm a little leery of just tinning the whole thing and then trying to get up there and catwalk around. I mean, we can add some structure, but what I'm thinking of doing, guys and gals, and tell me if I'm nuts. I know it's going to be a little messy, but I'm thinking about doing, you know, a third with the tin and then blow, 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 blow on top. And then maybe another third and blow that in, and then start working this way, and then we'll have an access somewhere in here, but then I'll start kind of closing it up and blow it in as we go here. Am I nuts for thinking about doing it that way? But then I just don't want to be up there for an awful long time blowing in insulation, and I don't want to, you know, crinkle up my new tin roof. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. If we should do it, piece it out, or if I should just bite the bullet and do the whole ceiling and then climb up in there. And I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. So anyway, enough rambling. I need sleep. We'll do one more little update when we have every little piece of stick lumber done, and that will be the end of phase 1 of the super awesome shop upgrades. Framing is done, I think. I mean, there might be some places that we got to go back and say, let's do this different, but I don't think so. I'm pretty confident. We finished up our last wall here. We had to put that guy in, those 2 guys up there, and then we had baseboards, footer boards, whatever you want to call them, and then we had to add 1 stud underneath the window. So any cracks that we had along here, we filled with expanding foam and then put the board down over it. You can kind of see it seeping out here and there. So it's all sealed up there. No bugs can get up in here. And we're on to phase 2, which is we got to prep for some electrical. And it just so happens we were in the freight harbor today, cleaned them out of the 10K shop lights. I only need one more, and every light in here will be LED 10K daylight style, color, whatever. But that's for the next video. I hope you don't mind we didn't show the actual hammering and nailing and stuff. If you have questions, let us know. We'll respond in the comments. Appreciate you watching our stuff and subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. We are moving on to the next thing, and we're gonna have heat in here very soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.